Tesla has been dominating the EV market game. It really has no competition right now with the Model 3, Model S, and Model X. But with this brand new car announced, is it finally going to have some competition, especially to the Model X? The brand new car I just said that was announced is a brand new SUV from Jaguar that is 100% electric called the Jaguar I-PACE, and it has a 240 miles of range. The company Jaguar is going to start production of the I-PACE in late 2018. Yes, this year. So you don't have to wait for your Model 3 for around 2 years now, or maybe 1 year and like a half. You could get your Jaguar I-PACE just later this year. Hopefully, we'll see how many people want it. You can get your Model X right now, and that's kind of an advantage over the I-PACE, which you'll have to wait till later 2018. Probably, most likely, early 2019. And like I said before, the I-PACE has an EPA estimated range of 240 miles, which, I mean, it's pretty good. It's nowhere near the highest Model X battery range at 300, and it's nowhere near the Model 3 or the Model S's range. But 240, it's not that bad at all. It's going to get you from place to place, especially your daily commute. When you're only going on long road trips, that's going to be a slight problem. But slight problem nonetheless. 240 miles per range is pretty good. And not to mention, the 0 to 60 time is 4.5 seconds. That 0 to 60 time actually beats the cheaper versions of the Model X. Yes, that's right. This car actually beats the Model X, albeit the cheaper models, but that's what it's comparing to because it's a similar price range. Of course, you get more with the Model X and other technology features, but for the 0 to 60, the I-PACE beats it at around the $70,000 price that the I-PACE is going to start at. You gotta give it to Jaguar for building and designing a drivetrain of a car to be faster at around $70,000 to be faster than the Model X, which is now like the beast on the market, and now it's gonna have some actual competition. As for the competition with the Model S and Model 3, we're gonna have to see about that, because right now, I mean, the companies say they're gonna announce an electric car, but nothing has started to produce, nothing's in production yet, and at least this I-PACE is gonna come out in later 2018. So we know that's official. And other companies has to start catching up on Tesla because they have a huge lead in the EV game. Talking about the interior of the Jaguar I-PACE, it is nothing like a Tesla, especially the Tesla Model 3, which has an interior that is so minimalistic that it just might be too minimalistic. The Jaguar I-PACE definitely has some buttons, the AC, this like the normal AC, but it definitely has some buttons and some nooks and crannies. But the Model 3, nothing. In the Model X, you know, little buttons here and there, and the Model S, your buttons here and there. But the Jaguar I-PACE sure does come out with all the buttons. So if you're into that, then the Jaguar I-PACE does sure have that. Here's where I think that Tesla is going to stay Tesla and still going to lead the EV market for the next couple 10 years until like some company tries to catch up to them. And the Jaguar I-PACE isn't going to be the one to really truly compete with the Model X. I mean, it's going to be there. It's for sure going to be there. It's just not going to completely compete with the Model X. For some main reasons, especially on the technology side. The Model X can get software updates. Software updates can actually improve the car over time, especially with the full driving capability. For it to be completely autonomous, it has to get software updates to do that, because all cars coming out of the Tesla Gigafactory right now has the hardware to be fully self-driving capable. It just needs the software to catch up with the hardware. So in the future, when that software is ready and all the laws are passed that a car could be fully autonomous, a Model X and the Model S's and the Model 3s could all fully self-drive itself. Right now, the I-PACE doesn't have any technology in the future, so it could be fully autonomous. The Model X, Model S, and Model 3, all coming out of the Gigafactory right now, do have all of that hardware. The I-PACE sadly doesn't. Another thing that the Model X has over the Jaguar I-PACE, I mean, the Jaguar I-PACE is not a bad car. It's just when it comes down to it, Tesla has been in this game for so long. They built up this huge supercharging network across the world, not just in the US, across the world, so you could truly go anywhere with your SUV, the Model X or Model S or Model 3 otherwise. The Tesla supercharging network is kind of OP. Nothing can compete with it right now. There's other electric chargers all across the US and all across the world, but nothing is right now can compete with the Tesla supercharging network. Especially since you could charge your Model S or Model X for free on the supercharging network. Nothing can beat that right there. The Tesla supercharging network and the hardware to become fully autonomous in the future is going to make any cars coming into the EV market really hard to compete with Tesla. Tesla has just been in this game for so long, and they're just doing so well for an electric car. If all this self-driving technology with the huge 17, 15-inch screens on the front of the car with the minimalistic designs were just in like a gas car, cars, I'll be like, alright, cool. But now that it's in electric cars and it has a 300 miles of range, 200 miles of range, Tesla is doing a fantastic job and completely destroying the EV market. The Jaguar I-PACE slacks in many categories compared to the Model X, but the one thing that it does have huge advantage on is the 0 to 60 time compared to the price. For the Model X, for the cheapest model, you're getting around 5 seconds 0 to 60. With the Jaguar, for $10,000 cheaper than the cheapest Model X, you're getting a 0 to 60 time in 4.5 seconds, with an extra around 20 miles of range to a 240 miles of range. So the Jaguar I-PACE does beat the Model X in price. But you are missing on some key technology features for the price, so you're sacrificing a little bit for some technology for a cheaper car. Do you really want to do that? Because you get fully autonomous in the future. If you want to keep your Tesla that long, you get autopilot right now. You get that huge 17-inch display, and you get software updates over time, which is, it's pretty cool since you got those Easter eggs. But still, it's going to be very interesting to see how the Jaguar I-PACE is going to compete with the Model X and all other EV cars coming later 2018, most likely early 2019. I'd love to hear your opinion about the Jaguar I-PACE in the comment section below, and while you're doing that, make sure you hit that little bell icon next to the subscribe button to stay notified whenever I post a video. And while you're doing that, make sure you smash that subscribe button right here to stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.